Hello and welcome on Sport Updates. I'm Adini Ajishafi. Time to take you around the world of sport again as we look at those stories trending. But we're starting from Africa, where CAF right now, there's been an announcement concerning the Under-23 AFCON that will be coming up in June. Let's look at that first story. Under-23 AFCON we hold from June 24 to July 8, 2023, coming from Confederation of African Football, making that announcement there. Well, Nigeria won't be there, but we just have to talk about it because it's the continent of Africa. And I have in the studio Chris Onopegu. Let's talk about this, Chris.
Well, before then, I want to commend you guys. You know, I like good things, and I can't allow it to go just like that. Your graphics, and you guys are just perfect.
Thank you.
In everything,
Thank
even
you
your
so much.
presentation, everything. You guys, you know what you are doing. You know what you are doing. Then back to your question, I think the Under-23 is so painful that every time we're always talking about other tournament and we're not there. I remember when the last World Cup, it was so painful that I didn't see anything
for
great.
Good 1 month.
Maybe a team actually represented us, even though our coat of arms was not there.
Yes.
Saudi Arabia, you know, they used the same green with us.
In fact, green.
So when they were playing Argentina, many Nigerians were supporting them.
See, because of the green
Somebody
color.
even mistakenly say, Nigeria don't defeat Argentina.
What's a way to go?
This is another tournament we are going to be watching on the screen. I remember Chan also. That was how we watched it. I think I was expecting that when we crash out of tournaments like that, we should learn from it, but we don't. Every time we tell people that we are going back to the drawing board. Which drawing board? Drawing board that has been burnt long ago or that has been broken. We are not going to anything because we don't learn. And look at most tournaments we go for, we don't even write reports. You know, the essence of that report is for any coach that will take over, so that that coach can study what actually went wrong and correct it. But we don't take some of these things serious. We just believe that, well, Shebi, I don't finish my work, make I go my own. After all, they won't renew. In fact, some of them, they sack them before they come back, which is very, very wrong. I remember late Keshi. He was still at the quarter. We were about playing Côte d'Ivoire. They bought ticket for the team to come back, believing that Côte d'Ivoire were going to defeat Nigeria. It's a very bad thing. You are killing the morale of that coach. You are killing the morale of those players. I think our administrator, just like I said some times ago, that we need foreign administrator to come and train our administrators because they don't really have it. Some of them have not even sat down in the class one day to listen to lecture or receive or seminar or workshop
training
on
or
football. None of them, apart from the Sanusi, the GS, Sanusi Mohammed, is the only one. He's actually a certified coach also. He's the only, apart from that, who the administrators.
And they need to be up to date, upgrade yourself.
These are people, some majority of them are politicians, they just talk about football, and before you know, they pick interest and decided to come and manage our football. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. For me, I would suggest that subsequently there should be a condition for you to be an administrator of football in Nigeria. You must have acquired a particular certificate, just like we have it as a coach. As a coach, you cannot coach a team without a certificate. They should do the same thing for administrators.
Now, from the way it is right now, we couldn't make a World Cup. Chan, we're out. A lot of things are affecting Nigerian football. We've been talking concerning Under-23 AFCON that'll be coming up from June 24 to July 8, 2023, where Nigeria will not be participating. And really, it's very painful because looking at the fact that Nigeria couldn't make the Chan, that is the home team from Africa playing their competition, we couldn't make it. And now this Under-23, we are the junior senior stars of Guinea. They were able to they bundle the house over there in Morocco, precisely in Casablanca. Well, so painful. And now it seems, just like Chris said, we need to see how coaches could go for training. See how we can better the lot of football in Nigeria. Things must just get better. Nigerian football must get better. Nigerian sport in all sphere must get better there. We've been talking concerning Under-23 AFCON that will be coming up from June to July. Now, let's go to the big one that will be happening tonight in the Europa League and also the Europa Conference. But let's talk about the Europa League first. The quarterfinal is here. Let's look at that. Matches will be played and teams will be fighting for honor. champions. We look at the fixtures now. Feyenoord against AS Roma. You have Bayern Leverkusen versus Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium. You have Juventus against Sporting Lisbon. Sevilla, the king of Europa. They play away to Manchester United at Old Trafford. Who wins that battle? Let's take it one by one. We start with Feyenoord. The possible lineup of Feyenoord, let's have it. And then we look at Roma alongside other clubs there. While we quickly look at this particular two teams now. Yes, back, side by side. Feyenoord, they will likely be playing 4-3-3, while Roma will be playing 3-4-2-1. Feyenoord, you have from the back there, you look at well, the players are ready for this. Can they do it? It is very possible. Lusharev Getruda, Gernot Trauner, David Anko, you have Hatchman, Sebastian Simaski, Mas Welfa, Okun Koku, Usman Idris, you have Santiago Jimenez and Igor Pazao playing for Feyenoord. And for Roma, you look at Rui Patricio, Chris Smalling is there, Mancini, Diego Llorente, Leonardo Spinazzola. You have Wijnaldum there, you have Cristante, Nicolas Zalewski, Lorenzo Pellegrini, and you have Paulo Dybala, while Tammy Abraham stand as top nine there for Jose Mourinho. Well, Jose Mourinho really has done so much for when it comes to winning trophy. He has won UEFA Champions League, the Europa League, and also won the Europa Conference League. Right now, he's trying to do it again. Now, for Europa League, we just look at Roma versus Feyenoord there. Looking at the two teams side by side, we just unveiled the possible lineup. Do you think you see Roma getting this done?
Well, Feyenoord, I think they're also a good side. In fact, many Premier League clubs are looking for the coach. Crystal Palace, West Ham, and one other team. I think
and not by name, yes.
They are actually looking for, because the coach is actually also sound like Mourinho. But when it comes to experience, you can't take it away from Mourinho. Mourinho is one coach that I don't know why people always condemn him. He always is this kind of person that he behaves like rats or cats. If you hide a fish somewhere, he will just sneak and look for how to get that fish. He's more interested, and that is how Mourinho operates. Mourinho wants to win the Europa League for Roma. He also wants to get the top four for Roma because it's about leaving the club. PSG is looking for him. Chelsea is looking for him. Those are the top two teams that are looking for him. So Mourinho, he has been able to bring out the best out of Wijnaldum that was struggling in PSG. You saw what he played in. Yes. He was doing in Liverpool before he went to PSG. PSG he struggled. Mourinho brought him, and look at what he's doing now. He's
picked up now.
Yes, and the same thing with Tammy Abraham. So Mourinho, I don't see anybody stopping him.
From the way it is,
worst
right?
result is going to get today might be a draw, even though Feyenoord, they are also a good side.
A good side there. Talking about Feyenoord versus Roma, just looking at the two side. Roma, they are gunning for the top four in the Scudetto race and also gunning for this Europa League, trying to see how they can win it. After all, they won the Europa Conference League and they also want to scoop this for Jose Mourinho, the special one. He wouldn't give up until he gets a trophy. Good one there. Let's look at Bayern Leverkusen versus Union Saint-Gilloise. It's German versus Belgium. Let's see side by side possible lineup of those two clubs. As you have Lucas Hradecki there, Odilon Kosono, Jonathan, you have Edmond Sabzoba, Jeremy Fremont of Ghana there. You have, well, that name, we know you can't take it away to be a Ghanaian. But really, Robert Andrich, Ezekiel Palacios, Mitchell Bakker, you have Florian Wirtz, Musa Diaby, and Amin Adli for Bayer Leverkusen, while they'll be facing Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium in a 3-5-2 formation. Victor Boniface is a Nigerian, Simon and Grigor, you have Loic Lapoussin, Teddy Tillman, St. Lehman, that's Lazare Amani, not forgetting Newcomb. You have another player there, heading fantastic player, Christian Borges, Ismail Kandus, and Anthony Morris at the goal post. 3-5-2 versus 3-4-1-2. Look at this, another setup there. But for the sake of the Nigerian, a lot of Nigerians want to support Victor Boniface.
It's almost the same formation. Just the arrangement. Yes, it's just the arrangement. Then Nigeria, Belgium has always been home for Nigeria.
I noticed that a lot of Nigerians always thrive in Belgium. Ghent, Genk, Anderlecht, Union. Mention any club.
If this guy Iheanacho has gone to a place like Belgium, by now many clubs will have been going for him. But he decided to go for the money. whether you like it or not, you must fine-tune your game. Our league here, we are not doing too well. So you need somewhere to
launch yourself.
Somebody to brush you up. Either you go to Holland or you go to Belgium. They will brush you up as a young player. Then when you get to that level, then you move to the big. But he went for the money. He went to Man City, and you can see from Man City now falling to Leicester. If Care is not taking, Leicester will also loan him or sell him. Back to, I have not watched Leverkusen this season, but on paper, of course, you always give it to a German team ahead of a Belgian team. So on paper, but from what they have done in the Champions League and in Europa, I think you just have to give it to. And they are also playing at home.
Well, let's see what will happen concerning that game there between Bayer Leverkusen versus Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium. Big one, Victor Boniface. Hopefully, he can bang it that goal. The Nigerians can't wait to see all the Nigerians doing well over there in Europe. We're still looking at the Europa League. Let's talk about Sporting Lisbon playing away over there at the city of Turin against Juventus, the old lady who will never ever sleep. They'll be playing against Sporting. Looking at the possible lineup there between Juventus versus Sporting Lisbon. You can just look at the fact that you have Angel Di Maria is also battle ready. That particular player, fantastic player. Since he came to Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians still remember how mesmerized that player is. A player that at the World Cup, look at what he did for Argentina.
It's the only World Cup. What of the? He denied us the gold medal with Messi.
That's okay. The one with the
under 20 World Cup
with the Mikel
under 20 World Cup. Then there was one Olympic also he scored. I think in Athens or I can't remember. I think he also denied us the same Di Maria. Very good player. And Juventus of late, they be on fire. I don't know whether they are taking something.
Maybe
I don't know. They are on fire now. Seriously on fire.
No,
they are defeating any team that comes their way. So, but Sporting Lisbon, they are not a pushover. Anyway, for them to have gotten to this level, it shows that they are also good. But Juventus of late, I've been watching them. I've been wondering what is behind the spirit behind. Yes, they are not playing like old ladies again. They are playing like real men.
What a way. We've been having some nice time in the studio for Juventus versus Sporting. A big one there. Looking at Juventus, well, let's look at Juventus. They'll be playing home over there in Turin. And you have Chesney is there at the back, the goalkeeper. Federico Gatti, Bremer, Alexandro. You have Cadrado. You can't take it away from Cadrado. Fantastic player, Nicolo Fagioli. You have Manuel Locatelli, Andy Roberts. You have Filip Kostic. And don't forget for Angel Di Maria is there with jersey number 22. And Milic is also there. Fantastic set of players there who are really gingered up right now. 3-5-2 formation, possible lineup. And let's look at Sporting. Antonio Erdan at the goalpost. You have Goncalo Ignacio, Osman Diomande, Jeremiah Juste. You have Ricardo Esgalo. Not forgetting Pedro Goncalves. And also looking at Edemersa Morita, Matheus Reis, Marcus Edwards, Francisco Trincao. And you have Yusuf Chamete. Those are the players that represent Sporting there. For Chris Onokwego says he doesn't know what Juventus are eating. They've been beating everyone.
But another thing is that I think the coach has been able to reshuffle the team. You know, when you continue to give a certain set of player the starting shirt, they will go to bed. They will believe that they are. Yes. But the moment you put them on the bench and you bring other players, look at Chelsea. I watch Chelsea before now. Harvard always playing 90 minutes under Graham Potter. But when Lampard came in, he kept him on the bench. When he came in yesterday, he almost changed the game.
Because he was
fired up because he believes that if I don't do well, somebody else will get. Yes, that's the mentality a coach should have.
I think Mourinho used to do that too,
yes.
At times.
That's why Tammy Abraham has been on the bench for some time. It was this Belotti, even though he has not scored any goal, apart from he always managed to score one goal in Europa. Apart from that, he has not been scoring goal, but Mourinho decided to keep Tammy Abraham on the bench so that he can sit up. That's the essence of it. But the moment you continue to use a particular player, one Nigerian coach, there was a time he told Okocha, my life day for your hand, though. You can imagine. And what do you expect such player to do? Of course, he will become a king.
Is he a Nigerian coach?
Of course, I don't want to mention his name.
I wanted to say the Oyiboma is also.
No, he's a Nigerian coach.
Okocha, my life day your hand.
Yes, so in a match. So he said, Okocha, that you go decide this thing, my life there. He's not supposed to.
Oh my goodness, what a way to go. Just trying to throw some banter in the studio, but really, football or sports can really very interesting. At times when you look at all the back happenings there, you'll be wondering what's happening. But now let's look at the other one. Manchester United versus Sevilla. I call the Sevilla team King of Europa. They've really done well, winning it several times. But right now, they'll be facing Manchester United at Old Trafford. Can they do it tonight? Let's look at the possible lineup there. For Manchester United, we'll be playing home. You have David De Gea there, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane. You have Lisandro Martinez, Tere Malaysia, Fred, Casemiro, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, Jadon Sancho. You have Weghorst there. Possible lineup anyway. And then you have for Sevilla, 4-2-3-1. And you have at the back, Bono. Yes, the Moroccan goalkeeper. Bono is there. Alex Telles, Nemanja Gudel. You have Lloyd Bade, Marcos Acuna, Fernando, Ivan Rakitic. You have Eric Lamela, Oliver Torres, Lucas Ocampos, and you have Yusuf En-Nesyri. If you look at it, team, player to player, this match is going to be tough.
Like Chelsea, like Sevilla, they are the same thing.
Right
they are
now,
not doing well
right
in
now.
their league, but they are doing well in Europe. Look at the players, good players. Eric Lamela, we know what he did
in Tottenham
Hotspur. But my fear for Man U is that they will be under pressure. And Man U, sometimes they don't play if Casemiro is not playing. Even though he's going to play, they don't play if Rashford is not there. So that's my fear for them.
Now,
Rashford
injury
is not
now.
there.
Just as you have mentioned Rashford.
Yeah.
Injury, Luke Shaw injured, Rashford injured.
But those two players, if they are not playing, Man U is not playing. But good enough, they have Casemiro. My fear for them is that Weghorst. If I were to be the coach of Man U, I'll convert into a defender.
Seriously?
Because he marks a lot. Sometimes he will forget his primary responsibility
of scoring goals.
Being in front so that they can give him power. You go and be defending. At all, that's what he's doing.
Somebody actually joked and said, well, maybe for Eric Ten Hag, he actually, he was so blindfolded by just letting Ronaldo go, and he went and picked Weghorst.
Maybe that one at 10%. I will explain what it means.
Seriously.
Maybe 9-10%. For him to have brought such a player that will be running up and down, attacking and marking and all those, you won't see him in the 18-year box, except maybe he wants to give back pass to the opponent goalkeeper. I don't know why he decided to. Maybe it's because he's a countryman, or maybe not 10%. I don't know. But for the match, Sevilla, they might pull a surprise.
You need to
Old Trafford. Man U, even the Old Trafford and the Stamford Bridge are almost the same thing now. Anybody can come and get a win.
You may need to
they might actually get a draw.
You need to explain that 10%, seriously.
It will affect so many people.
Anyway, we'll be having a wonderful time in the studio on Sports Update. I just give you an update concerning matches coming up in the Europa League. A big one there. You have Juventus playing against Sporting, Manchester United against the King of Europa, Sevilla. And don't forget Bayern Leverkusen also playing at home. Don't take it away from Roma against Feyenoord. Those matches are coming up, and a big one there. Let's look at those matches again. But let's quickly look at another set of matches coming up in the third tier of Europa competition. That's Europa Conference League, where Mourinho actually won it last time. Now, let's look at the matches that are becoming the fixtures, and then we look at we pick two teams there. But now, we have KAA Ghent. This particular team, we have a Nigerian called Gift Oban against West Ham United. And you have Basel against OGC Nice, where we have Terem Murphy, also a Spy striker. Lech Poznan of Poland against Fiorentina of Italy. AZ Alkmaar of Netherlands versus RSC Anderlecht of Belgium. If you remember Anderlecht, remember Celestine Babayaro. He was there. He made that team popular in Nigeria. But let's go back to the fixtures. Ghent, West Ham, looking at the side-by-side possible lineup of those two teams that will be facing themselves tonight. Matches coming up. I think Ghent West Ham will be coming up earlier. Ghent West Ham there. We have Gift Orban will be playing, and also look at West Ham. David Moyes, can he save his team even though just like Chelsea, they may not be doing too well at home, but they are also doing well in Europa Conference. Well, let's look at it now, side by side. Goal post, we have Dave Roeff for that's the team called Ghent, Masri Smers, Kamil Parkowski, Joseph Okumo. That name sounds like a Nigerian.
Of course.
I have Jordan Turanaya there, Alex Montes, Julian Desat, Sven Combs. You have Hyun Sung Hong, who goes Guipers, and you have Gift Oban, the player that keeps scoring goals as if it's so easy. Against West Ham United, where you have Alfonso Ariola at the back as a goalkeeper, Emerson, Naifa Gerd, Kazuma, Tilokera, Fly Danis. You have Declan Rice, Said Benrahma, Manuel Lanzini, Jarrell Bowen, and you have Mikel Antonio at the front. Look at this, Chris. It seems Moyes is fired up against Ghent, although Gift Orban is also ready, the number 20 jersey.
Yes, they will have the cup. It will be very difficult for them to mark this young man, Orban, because he is also eyeing the EPL, he's eyeing the Premier League. He wants to come to the Premier League. So this is an avenue opportunity for him to showcase his talent or to prove to people that the goals he has been scoring, they are not fluke, that they are real. So I think it's an opportunity for him to prove himself. Then for David Moyes, I really pity him. He's in a very difficult, tight situation now. If care is not taken, if he loses this match, I want to believe that it's because of this Europa, his performance there. That's why they are still leaving him. By now they will have sacked him. And you know Moyes, he knows how to turn things around. Before you know, that particular team will start winning the EPL. But for this match, for them to be going, they've been doing well of late, even in Europe. So they can actually pull a draw. But I don't see, it might be difficult for them to stop Orban today. Just like I say, we want to prove a point. And so if Ghent, if they score, if they win the match, nobody should be surprised because West Ham is not in good form.
Well, right now we're talking about West Ham versus Ghent there. Well, the name that is always sounds so alike, like Genk. Anyway, we talk about another one, FC Basel of Switzerland. They will play at home against OGC Nice. OGC Nice from France, where you have Teremophiles. We also look at that side by side. Those are the two we'll be looking at on the Europa League Conference, the third tier of that's UEFA competitions. Now we look at the team, that's OGC Nice versus another one, that's Basel. For Basel, at the goal post, you have Maui His, possibly Michael Lang, the Perlman, Ricardo Calafiori, Sergio Lopez, Dan Undoye, and the Diop, Talon Xhaka, Zek Amdoni, and the Zakiri, and you have Bradley Fink. And over there in OGC Nice, you have Kasper Schmeichel, Melvin Bird, Jinkila Todibo, Yusuf Ndashimiye, Dante, Antoine Mendy, Nicolas Pepe, you remember him? The Arsenal player, £75 million. Idem Bodjari, Aaron Ramsey. Well, that's an English player there in France. Kepri Turam, that's Kepri Ulian, and you have Terem Murphy, the number 9 player. That's Nigerian Super Eagles striker versus that's Basel. Look at this, Chris.
Yeah, it's like Nice is becoming a place for a retiring EPL player to go now. Kasper Schmeichel used to be Leicester City goalkeeper. Many of us were thinking he would follow the footsteps of his father to go to Man U, but
it didn't work out.
Yeah, he's in Nice. The same thing with Nicolas Pepe and Aaron Ramsey, Arsenal players. They decided to go to Nice. Well, if you compare player for player, actually I don't know much about FC Basel players.
Okay, the Swiss
but
team.
From what they have done in the past, I remember FC Basel, how they dealt with Man U in the past.
Of course.
If we want to compare their past performance, Nice, they've not been featuring in Champions League. But Basel, they are a very good side, whether you like it or not.
They have experience,
Even in a country, if you watch Switzerland when they are playing, in fact, they are a very good side. The league is very tough. That's why they are doing well in the national team. So it's going to be a very tough match. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to predict what is going to happen in this match.
Okay, good one there. We've been talking concerning the possible lineup of OGC Nice, and also talking about Basel there. Just giving you updates concerning those matches coming up in the Europa League Conference. A big one there. Now, before we wrap it up, let's run through some transfer stories there. Just giving you update. Arsenal are targeting Crystal Palace. Michael Olise. Olise played for Crystal Palace, who has been valued at more than £40 million. The Gunners are coming for him, and Mikel Arteta is really targeting the young man. He wants to get him out of Crystal Palace. The Eagles now to the Gunners. Now, another one says Barcelona women will reattempt. They will reattempt to sign a Lyon striker, Ada Hegerberg. Hegerberg has been a fantastic player for Lyon, Olympic Lyonnais women right now in a world record of £420,000. For women, that will be a world record, £420,000. And if they are able to sign Ada Hegerberg, that will be a big one, a record. Arsenal, Bayern, Dortmund, and Monaco are keen on going for Wilfried Zaha. They want to get Zaha. The Cote d'Ivoire player has really been in fantastic form, scoring goals, and right now about 5 clubs are fighting to see how they can get his signature there. Well, Chris Smalling to sign new 2-year deal at Roma, despite interest from Inter Milan and Juventus. Well, Coach Jose Mourinho will not want him to leave so soon. He wants to keep him, and let's see what will be happening. 2-year deal for him there, over there at Roma. And then Arsenal will demand £35 million for striker Folarin Balogun on loan at Reims. He's at Reims and he's scoring good goals there. But right now, clubs are coming for him, and they will not demand nothing less than £35 million for Folarin Balogun. Just to give you update concerning some transfer stories there, and we just have to quickly look at those. But we pick only one. Looking at this Folarin Balogun, £35 million. Arsenal will be ready to sell him if clubs actually confirm. Okay, but we just have to go now. Our time is up. Chris, I want to appreciate your time for coming on the show.
I really have a good time here today, and especially when you look at the
environment. Thank you so much. Coming from Chris Onokwego there. He's been with us talking about Sport on Sport update. I'm Adeni Ajishape. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.